Welcome, Wanderers, to the Lucky Die Dragonseekers. Previously, Alix delivers an important life lesson, Notch is found in an awkward position, and Tawree tries to help someone to reform. After encountering each other in the forest, the unlikely trio discover their shared destination and their potential opposing goals. Connecting with Alix's mentor Fizz, the group learn more about dragons and their fate within the wild. Stalking through the forest, they come across a human in Kino, a human who had previously stolen something very important from Notch. Will our new friends be able to work together despite their differing goals? Will Fizz be able to meet with a dragon one day? And will Notch make a good mentor to Alix? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die Dragonseekers. Alright, so it looks like I need to make a DC of 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your constitution modifier. So, first of all, what is your proficiency bonus?
Oh, proficiency bonus is 3.
Okay, and what is your constitution modifier?
I see constitution, it's +1, but that says...
That's the number, yep. So the modifier is the big number. So that's the number we wanted. So 1 plus 3 plus 8 is 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I just need to beat a 12. And that looks like it's a wisdom saving throw. If I fail this, he becomes frightened and cannot willingly move towards you.
Are you just jumping on top of him, like tackling him from behind?
I mean, yeah. Have you seen a lion pounce?
Yeah. But not at night.
Alas, as you come jumping out and roaring at him, he turns in your direction, dropping the machete, as you would expect, but he doesn't appear to be frightened at all. If anything, the runes on his skin begin to glow a bit brighter, and we are going to enter initiative.
Woo!
Great.
Fight!
Wow, I really did use every single good roll I had at the beginning of this game.
No. New day, new recording.
All right. Okay, Notch, what did you end up with?
20. A dirty 20. That's 17 plus 3.
Okay, Tawree, what did you get?
18.
And Alix, what did you get?
I got a 10.
And that's okay, because this asshat who stole your shields and is clearly a fake Dragon Knight, by the way, he ended up with a 4.
Oh, yeah.
We never saw it coming.
We're gonna kill him before he even gets a turn.
That's the hope, baby.
I don't want magic to do what it did, but let me look the last time.
All right. So the top of the initiative, basically we go, assume that any round is 6 seconds long. And in each round, you, on your turn, but you're first, so you get to go first, you can do a movement, which is whatever number is in your speed brackets. You can do an action, which can be an attack. It can be giving someone who's unconscious a healing potion to get them back on their feet, or anything else on your character sheet that states it requires one action, and you have one action per turn. You also have one bonus per turn.
Okay.
Which is a paladin. I think that there's no special you can do this if you're a
Yeah, I have an
paladin.
extra
We have
attack.
a pro paladin here.
So you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an attack on your turn. So I'm going to go with the attack with the Shotel, my fire hanger. So
I'm going to say, because you pounced, you are literally right next to this asshat. He is a human. He has various armors on him that clearly have dragons carved into them. He clearly is a magical being, and he has at his side a sword. It's not a particularly good sword. It's definitely not a great sword. It's just a short sword. Okay. So yes, go ahead. Your action, I believe, if you want to attack, is you can attack twice because you're a higher level paladin.
Okay, so I did there's the first one there. Do you want me to read it out?
Yes, so we're going to do the attacks one at a time. Because you're a paladin, there's a special thing, and I'll get to that when we resolve this one. So what you would do looking at this is you tell me what you got to hit, which is that first number, and then the damage underneath.
So my melee weapon attack with the Shotel came to 21 to hit, reaching 5 feet.
That definitely hits. And you do 5
slashing damage.
Okay. So, here's a little wonderful thing about being a paladin. You have a link to the dragons, and they provide you with extra abilities, spells. As a paladin, you get to smite the ever-loving shit out of stuff every single time you hit. But you do require spell slots to do that.
Divine Smite?
Yep, that's the one. That's exactly it.
I Divine Smite with 12 radiant damage plus 8 versus undead or fiend damage.
So he is neither undead nor is he a fiend. He's a dick, but he is neither one of those things. So you would only in this situation ever have the first number.
He's a living dick. Got it.
Yeah, he's a living dickhead. In this case, you would do 5 slashing damage, and you call upon the power of your 3 gods to smite the ever-loving shit out of this guy. Now, it is traditional, as is traditioned by our own Casey, that you normally call out to your deity or your being for their help and their power. Zoltano, which is the character that Casey plays, called down the holy thunder and shouted this to the gods every single time directly into the microphone. You may call upon your deities however you wish.
It later became a fuck you.
Yeah, now it becomes
fuck you.
Fuck you because I don't have the same god.
You're making me make a catchphrase in 2 seconds.
Yep.
I did the same thing to Casey while being a paladin on TLD.
It's real fucking hard. I feel.
Darrow Fury.
Beautiful. And as you describe how you attack him. What does this look like?
As I'm leaping through the air, I slash through with the Shotel, aiming. I go for the spot underneath the arm that has the open place of armor.
Dope. Absolutely dope. As you call out on Darrow, you get that slot just underneath where the armpit is, and there's a brilliant flash of red light that does a bunch of extra radiant damage. So that's your first attack of your multi-attack. I believe you can attack twice, so you can do the same thing again.
All right, here comes the Shotel again.
Ooh.
26 to hit.
That definitely hits.
5 slashing damage.
Yes. Could I interest you in a smite?
I'm smiting his ass again with a level 2.
Wanna shot something else?
13 radiant damage.
Wanna compel a different dragon?
Nope. Do it again, Darrow.
As called upon, he shall deliver. There is another bright flash of red lights that goes off. You also notice that as you're calling out for Darrow and you're asking him to do this again, that the shield that is on this guy's arm is definitely your shield. Now, the rest of you are up close to it. You can actually see that there are 3 dragons of different colours that have been carved into the shield. And as you call it for Darrow, the eyes in the red dragon begin to flash just momentarily at the same time as you strike. Okay.
How is he wearing the shield? Is it on his arm? Or?
Yeah, it's on his arm, yeah.
Is there any way I can grab at it?
Unfortunately not. So it would require an action to remove that from him, but you'd have to win a grapple test first and then take it from him.
I've already used my pieces
last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he held person on you and he could just walk up and just take it off at his own leisure. You're trying to do all this in 6 seconds, so things are a little bit more difficult.
That's fair.
All right, so that's now the end of your turn. By the way, you can still talk to each other. Talking is a free action, but otherwise, that's your 6 seconds of doing. Tawree,
Yeah.
it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
So what kind of armor is the guy wearing? Like, it was plate, right? Or like...
He's not wearing plate, but he's wearing like really good like hide and leather armor.
Oh, okay. So I was contemplating whether or not I should try... I would like to try and remove the... You said he had a sword on his hip. Like, I would try to remove that from his grasp, or like from his surroundings, because I don't want to get in the way of Notch. Like, get in one of his wings, but I want to be like quickly get in there and maybe remove the weapon from him so he cannot use that.
I'm gonna say like he hasn't actually had a chance to grab the weapon yet. He was using the machete to clear a path.
It's still in his pockets. Not pockets.
Yeah, it's on his waist in the sheath. Yeah, so you could definitely just like yoink. I would say you could try that. I'm gonna say that's an opposed grapple check, and that's an action in this case. Yeah. I'm gonna say that because I think it's the closest thing I have to what this attack is.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack him. I'm just gonna disarm him for now, so he's not that big of a threat. Less of a threat.
Okay. Yeah. So if you want to do a grapple check, in this case, I'm gonna say it's probably dexterity since you're trying to sneak around and not get in the way of Notch. So I'm gonna say dex for you. He's gonna use a strength because that's what he can do.
13. Oh no.
So as you try and sneak in there, the way he moves his hip out of your way, he just manages to keep hold of the sword. He got a 19 on his. So alas, no steely.
Is that the end of my stuff?
That's your action. What do you want to do with your bonus?
I never know what my bonuses are, what I can do as bonus.
So normally as a monk, if you had an attack action, you can normally hit again. But I'm just going to say that you maybe just went in there with your wooden spoon, so I'll allow you to have like one attack. That's fine, if you want to do that.
Yeah, I want to... the side, the arm that he would normally reach for his sword for, I want to kind of bonk him with a spoon here, so that he would be a little bit encompassed from taking that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, right in the middle of the elbow. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Yes, go for it. Just wailing on this poor guy.
11 to hit.
That unfortunately does not hit. I'm going to say that was probably your move to get in range.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so that's your move, your action, and new bonus done. Yeah. Okay, Alix, what would you like to do?
You attacked him with a spoon?
Tawree is lethal with that spoon.
I've never seen it, so it's my first time.
Granted. Alix, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna attack with I hit with my quarterstaff.
Dope.
That's 12.
That is a failure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
But then I'm going to expend 1 key point to do Fury of Blows.
Okay.
And that means I get 2 unarmed strikes.
Go for it.
So those are both 26.
Holy shit!
What the?
No, there's something special about these 26s, Casey.
They're both natural 20s.
Wow.
So natural 20s when you're doing attacks, I think in our case doubles the amount of dice that you can roll. Yes, they do. All right, both of your unarmed strikes, after you completely whiff with the dragon pole, they both connect. What does that look like and how much damage is it?
I take a swing with the dragon pole and it misses. And then I, in one fluid motion, I put my dragon pole back in, against my back, bring my right arm away and uppercut. And then while he's reeling from the uppercut, I bring my left arm. I know what directions are around, and I punch him right in the face.
Perfect.
With my left. And that does 19 damage altogether.
Perfect. Yeah, you feel a crack under your hand. Nice. He looks a little bit beaten up. He doesn't look terrible. He looks okay. As it's his go. I assume that was your bonus, that was your attack, and your move to get in position.
Yes.
Great. All right, on his go.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Uh-oh. On his go. I'm just going to do it. Fuck it.
Uh-oh, he's gonna explode. He has 3 people around him, he's just gonna explode.
Yeah, but if I explode, I damage myself, so I don't want that.
No energy
it's not damage, not immune to fire. Being that he has just been stabbed and punched a few times and someone tried to steal his weapon, he doesn't feel very happy about this, but the person most annoying him is the one in his face, which is Notch. He's gonna throw his hand forward and twist his wrist in a way that his fingers are pointing up, and you see the crackling of dark purple energy, and they hit Notch square in the chest. Notch, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I don't think that was good.
Because you have your aura of protection on, you can also add your charisma modifier to that.
Hey!
No!
No, the modifier for your charisma, which I think in your case is 3.
I think it's 14 plus 3 plus 3.
So the 14 is... that doesn't make sense. Let me check your character sheet.
It says rolling d20 plus 3 proficient plus 3 character.
All right. So your Constitution saving throw, you rolled a d20, and that was 11. Your Constitution is +1, so that makes the whole thing 12. Because you're a paladin with your special aura up, you get to add your charisma modifier. Because your charisma is either 16 or 17, your bonus is an extra 3. So any time that you roll a saving throw, or any time that your buddies roll a saving throw, they get to add an extra 3 to that. So your total is 15. Yeah, 16 in charisma. I thought so. So I'm going to put in on the backgrounds +3 to saves, and that applies to everyone.
You're welcome.
Yay!
Any time that you upgrade your charisma, so if during a level up you can get your charisma to be an 18, that plus to all saves around you goes to 4 instead of 3. So yeah. So as a 15,
You didn't seem like a charismatic person to me.
I put a lot of points in that stack. You may not see it, but this lion has a silver tongue.
Okay. Unfortunately, you failed on a 15.
Ah, crap.
I'm sorry. You take... as this dark necromantic energy flies out and hits you in the chest, it feels like suddenly you've been hit with rot, and you take 26 points of necrotic damage.
Damn.
Ow.
So that was his action.
Notch is flown back onto the ground. Away. And hurting.
Yes, but mechanically you're still standing and you're still next to him.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, because if you get
right in front of
knocked
him.
down, it takes half your action, half your movement to stand up again.
Then
which
let's
might
not
be
do that.
relevant if he's running away. He doesn't want to move because he doesn't want all of you to hit him. He doesn't have a bonus worth a damn, so that's his go. It is now not your turn. He's just hit you with what feels like being hit with a bunch of mold all at once. And it's now your go.
Okay, so I have divine health. It says divine magic flowing through makes you immune to disease. Is this a disease?
It's not, no.
Oh. Well, bummer. What do you think, team? Should I just fight again?
I feel like it would be very much in character that you just push on and keep going and heal later.
Yeah. All right. I'm attacking again with the Shotel. I've taken a hit, and now I'm pulling it under and going for a gut shot.
Dope.
Here we go. Shotel, hit one.
Do the thing.
D20. There it goes. Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
How much of an oh no was that?
11 to hit.
Unfortunately fails.
And I'll do the Divine Smite, level 1.
Since you didn't hit, you don't have to use your spell slots.
All right. So do the Shotel again.
Yes, please.
24 to hit, reach 5.
That's much better. You definitely gut shot him this time.
Yes. And then now I'll do Divine Smite at a level 2,
Yeah.
which is my last one that I have available to me.
Correct. For today, yep.
18 radiant damage.
Damn!
Kill him,
Damn,
kill
son.
him, kill him.
Not dead, not dead.
Undead, undead. What?
I'm not going down without a fight.
Yeah, that's the person I thought you were.
He again, you see a brilliant flash of red as your blade connects with his stomach area, and you see the flash going off on the shield. He kind of like pulls back his lips in a snarl.
Darrow, do him in.
Have him. All right, Tawree, it's now your turn.
So I wanna try. You said I'm not allowed to do anything in the head area, right?
Yeah, I mean, punching is one thing, but like, let's not do anything too brutally bloody up there, please.
No, I just wanna bonk him on the ear with my spoon, disorient him.
Oh yeah, that's permitted.
Okay.
That's definitely fine.
Okay.
Bruises are fine. Let's not break the skin.
Okay. Let's see. Oh no, 10 to hit. That did not work.
Oh.
That doesn't hit.
Oh boy. Can I do another one?
Yeah, I believe so.
21. There we go.
Hey.
Much better.
With 5 bludgeoning damage.
Spoon.
Spoon, go spoon. I'm definitely hitting on the ear. I'm trying to disorient this guy, or like, not
Yeah,
listen-
you're just trying
yeah.
to irritate and upset.
No, I don't want to say like what I don't know what the fuck the stuff called is in the ear that you lose orientation and that stuff, but 26 to hit for 4 damage.
Damn. All right, so a mixture of wooden spoons and punching, clipping him around the back of the ear roll. You do a total of 11 damage. Tawree, that was your action and your bonus, and I'm assuming you don't want to move.
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. It is now Alix's go.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did.
Go for it.
Wow, pathetic.
Aw.
Womp womp.
How bad was it?
So my quarterstaff was a 9.
That
then
did not hit.
My first unarmed strike was an 11,
That did not hit.
and then my second one was a 19
That did hit.
with 5 damage. So I go with the my dragon staff. I stumble a little. I try to come around with like an elbow. But I'm not looking behind me enough, or not aware enough of behind me that I miss. And then I just, in pure frustration, I just straight kick him. There's a name for the kind of kick I'm thinking of, but I haven't
Kicking
done
onto the
karate in
shin.
so many years. But I try to get him in the side, and I succeed that time.
Perfect.
You're gonna sidekick
You
him.
managed to like.
That's the name of the kick. I am so having a day with my brain. I'm gonna blame post-COVID fog for that one.
That is very, very okay to do that. Yeah, you get a good like side kick in. You know, your shoes do some damage. Yeah, okay. So that was your action and your bonus, and obviously you're not moving. So it is now his go, and the human standing before you, he lifts his hand into the air. He closes it into a fist and pulls it down to his chest. And immediately, as soon as his hand touches his chest, there is a brilliant flash of yellow and green. And the entire area that all of you are standing in is suddenly covered in a very thick, yellowy, greenish fog. I need all of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh no!
Oh no!
5.
Eek.
14.
Ugh.
Hey, we got 1. Kinda.
All right, Tawree, what did you get?
5.
+3 for the save? For the charisma?
Oh yeah, for 8, I think. Yeah.
Yep, that's right. Notch, what did you get?
I got a 9 plus 3. That would be 12.
Perfect. You still fail, and and Alix, what did you get?
With the additional 3, I made a 17.
You made the save, my friend.
Hey!
All right. Well, that's still not good for you, but it's better than the other two. All right. Okay. So the fog that erupts from this poisonous fog that erupts from this guy's chest. Each of you either breathe it in or it's absorbed into your plasmoid form. Unfortunately, it does also. It very specifically says it also affects people who don't breathe. So sorry. For those of you who failed, you take 19 points of poison damage. And for Alix, you only take 9 points of poison damage. This continues to be here. It heavily obscures the area.
Is this considered a disease?
No.
Gosh darn. So 19?
Yes.
Y'all, I'm down to 15. Just.
Oh, mate. He decides not to walk away because you're all going to hit him otherwise. So he's just going to hold on to that. He needs to make his own save because he's also included in this.
How large is the area that is affected?
20-foot radius. It's 4 dwarves in all directions.
Oh! My lay on hands has a little thing in here that says, alternative, you can expend 5 hit points from your pool of healing to cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting it. Oh, never mind. It's a target, not an actual.
That's okay. It is, however, your go, Notch.
Can't heal myself, can I?
You can. So your the healing pool, the lay on hands that you were talking about, you should have 40 points, I think, because you're level 8.
Yep, I have 40.
You can apply as much of that healing to yourself as you want, but it does take your action, and that means you can't attack. You can either do it, basically, attacking twice is an action, healing yourself with lay on hands is an action, so you can only do 1 action per turn.
If I were to attack him, I'd take on an additional 19 points of damage. So, y'all, I think I need to heal myself, right?
Do it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. All right,
I think it's smart.
I do lay on hands to heal myself. Bonus heal amount. I can use all 40, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely use all 40.
All right. That'll give me...
Wait, did you just say the magic words if it's a bonus? No way.
Wait, so what does that mean? Keep in mind, I'm young and new.
Yeah. So what I wanted to check is that this wasn't a bonus action, because if it is a bonus action, you could also attack, but it's not. It very clearly states in the text there as an action. That's fine. Yeah, you put you decide you're going to heal yourself. You can either lay on hands or it just happens naturally. It's entirely up to you. But your wounds very quickly knit over. There's a kind of a greenish flash that comes to wherever your wounds are. And they just kind of begin to close up and seal, barely leaving even a mark. As you regain 40 hit points.
I call on Sero, the healing health yellow dragon, to help
Then
me in
there's
this.
flashes of yellow all over your body, and there's a slight flash of yellow that happens on the shield as well. Okay, so that was your action. You technically still have a bonus left. Let's see what you can do.
I don't really have any bonus actions aside from... I have Channel Divinity, but that's Turn the Tide. Convulse to injured characters. No one's injured.
So that would allow you to heal your companions for 1d6 plus 3.
All right. I Channel Divinity.
Go right ahead. So that means that Alix and Tawree, you can roll 1d6 each plus 3, and that's how much you are healed by a brilliant flash of yellow light that comes from Notch's call for help.
You're welcome. I'm here to help.
And then Alix can do the same. Just as a note, anything that says Channel Divinity in the beginning of like the name of it, you can only do that once per day, basically.
Also, I just saw that I have a thing called Extra Attack Monk. So I did not actually need to spend a key point for that. I could have had another blow earlier. Another unarmed blow thingy.
That's fine. We'll make sure we get them in next time round.
So technically I can attack 4 times.
Wow.
Maybe at your level. Maybe.
Yeah.
Alix, you can roll 1d6 plus 3. Okay, so that's Notch's go over. That was your action and your bonus. Lots of healing went out. Fantastic. Tawree, it's now your go.
Yeah, I'm gonna try again knocking him over, because at this point, like, we need to try and knock this guy at least unconscious so we can get out of this area.
Yes.
So I'm gonna try knocking him on the back of his head with a spoon.
Yep.
21 to hit for 9 damage.
That definitely hits.
Yeah.
Yep, one smack with the wooden spoon absolutely definitely hits.
And now that I know that I can do an extra attack, I'm gonna do another one.
Nice.
26 to hit. Wait, what's happening?
How do you how do you either kill or knock him unconscious? It's your choice.
Kill.
I think she would still like continuously hit on the back of the neck, because she already found that spot. So that's probably where she hits again, and like if he dies, then she probably hears a little crack. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No, I'm only sorry because there was a taboo at first, and now we just ruined it.
It's all right, as long as there's no like real gore above like the thing. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Like punching someone, slapping someone, go right ahead. Just like,
I think she was attacking him from the back, and Notch was standing in front. So as the guy goes down, she's like, "You said what about my spoon?"
Yeah, the guy collapses to the ground. The cloud that had created itself around him in a 20-foot sphere, that just completely clears. It's just like maybe half a second, and then it dissipates into the air.
Tawree's turn. I take a deep breath because the area is clear again. Whew.
Yes.
How's everyone doing?
Worse than before, but not as bad as before your healing.
Oh, great. Alix?
Thank you for healing. Yes, I am doing very, very okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Take your shield.
Give me that back. Oh.
And I think,
all right.
I think Tawree is definitely gonna take that knife or whatever the fuck he had from his hip.
Yeah, he just had a short sword.
Yeah.
It's nothing impressive beyond that.
She's just gonna take it.
Basic short sword. Yep, absolutely. Can add that to your inventory.
Yeah.
Sellable.
What is it? Just a short sword?
Yeah.
Search the body. See if there's anything useful we can have. I don't care if it's even money.
I'll tell you what, Notch, since you suggested looting it, can you roll a perception check for me, please?
I don't even see he's wearing shoes.
On that exclamation, anyone. Either one of you can roll a perception check or an investigation.
Well, I'm already taking the knife, the short sword, so
Okay.
perception.
Tawree, you check.
Oh yeah, I find a hidden pocket with my 23. You have to look from the back. Why would he carry it in the front? It would just encompass it.
I'm all claws here, lady.
I have claws too, and she just shows them to you. We are not that different. Just because I have short fur and you have long fur. That's literally the only difference between us.
Fair enough.
Okay, you find that he is wearing the kind of like the leather hidey armor that he's wearing that has the dragons engraved on it. Is a armor of, oh my god, where is it? He's wearing a leather armor of necrotic resistance.
Ooh.
Who wants it?
I don't think I can wear that as a monk, right?
No, I cannot wear any kind of fancy armor. I am better off without it, actually.
I know I got what are those things called?
Braces?
Braces. Yeah, braces from when we were in the town just before the dragons attacked. Are there the equivalent for the legs, maybe, that I can get?
No, at that point, that would like really
too much
falling
already.
down the actually wearing armor.
Mhm.
Yeah, like braces, I don't really give enough of a shit about. But like, I think if you start adding more and more pieces to it, you would lose your unarmored. I'll tell you what, though.
Can we still grab it and pack it up?
Yes, 100%. I'll tell you what, though. I will say that if Alix wants to have braces of necrotic resistance, I'd say you could wear those without impeding your unarmored defense if you want.
Sure, I'll take the bracers of necrotic resistance. How much necrotic resistance do I get from my new bracers?
It's just resistance, so it's if you take necrotic damage, it's halved.
Cool. I will. That's right. That is how that works. I'm going to put that in my...
So I'm not going to add anything to your armor class. It's just that you have that effect from your braces.
I'm going to put it in my
notes. Yep. It is an attuned item, so you have to use one of your slots to do that. I don't think you have any other attuned items, so I think you're fine.
Alix,
Mr.
you get to
Wayland's-
have the trophy from this. There you go.
Mr. Wayland,
Thank you.
some magical items require attunement, so you basically have to have it on your person for an hour before any of those things activates. You have to make like a bond with them, and you can only have 3 of those at any time.
Got it. So that's one that Alix has now.
Yes, correct.
Got it.
Mostly,
But now
I don't
I got
count.
my shield back.
You do have your shield back. Yeah, you have your shield back, which is
And that's
great.
my channeling item.
Correct. Your connection with your faith and your belief in the dragons is enough that you didn't really need to have it around, but it's good to have it. It's good to have it here. It's yours. Because otherwise you'd be a useless paladin and I can't deal with that.
Hey, I know some paladins who don't have our shields.
Yeah, but you're your own god. You don't need one.
They have a flying shield. Unless you
Okay,
lost that
Captain
already.
America.
No.
Does he have nothing like healing potion or anything in his inventory? Backpack? Or whatever the
Yes, he has like one basic healing potion in his bag. He's got about 6 days of rations. He has 12 gold and 8 silver.
I'll take the money.
fuck? We're splitting it even.
Oh, we're splitting it?
Yeah. 4 gold and how many silver did you say?
8.
How do we split that 4 ways? 3 ways.
What's the gold to silver ratio in cost?
Oh my god. Fine, 9. You have 9 silver.
Okay, 4 gold.
You were
and
like, oh, there's got to be another silver in here somewhere. Look in the bottom. There it is.
under his shoe or something.
Keeps an emergency
Alright.
silver in the bottom of his shoe.
4 for you, 4 for you, and 4 for you.
Yeah.
And 3 silver.
You also, Tawree, as you're looking through his person, you also find a small onyx pin, and it's just round. Yeah.
Ooh,
What's that thing?
What did we do with the one that we got from Durek? Whatever the fuck his name was, the UNT guy? Don't remember.
I think Gref or Ivorus has it.
Because I do remember Tawree saw it, and I guess she will pick it up and be like, I saw someone who picked something up like this up. Maybe this seemed important to them. Maybe they know what to do with this.
You hold on to it. I don't trust that thing.
As soon as you pick it up, you have that like kind of feeling in your hand like this is clearly magic. You don't know what kind unless you want to roll an Arcana, and it'll be really difficult, but you can give it a shot.
Nah, Tawree knows nothing about magics.
Great, perfect. Go ahead, put it in your bag.
I don't trust that thing.
Sure. A healing potion, you said.
Yes, 1 healing potion. 1 standard healing potion. Yeah, that's what you find on his body. The runes that he clearly are indicators of his magic, they just go... The light goes from them, and they're just kind of left with what looks like really ugly scars.
Now that I'm holding my shield, does it react in any way?
Yeah, as you take a moment to like breathe and let it reaccustom itself to you, the shield itself just begins to glow. All 3 of the dragon heads begin to glow. You see their eyes become very, very bright, and then they settle back down. You have definitely reconnected with it.
Now that we have the shield, we can find the eggs.
Oh, that thing will show us where the eggs are?
It was blessed. It's our beacon, that's why we needed it. And I think that's where maybe this guy was going.
As you notice, like Notch turn and move and like gesture, when his arm is in a certain position, you see that the dragon's eyes begin to glow much, much brighter. But when he's facing a different direction, they just kind of fizzle out.
We have our compass.
When you said they settled back down, I was imagining this thing from the never-ending story where the snake heads lifted from the book, I think.
I just can't wait until you have it really bright and you're looking at a mountain and you're like, well, fuck.
All right. What are we doing?
Well, I guess following your compass, that's what you got it for, right? To get to the eggs.
All right. This is a all-in-one, Alix.
I am ready. I am ready to find the eggs.
All right. March on.
Okay. Marching on.
Let's, before we go, I pull the body into the bushes and hide it.
Cover it with foliage.
Sure.
Cover our tracks.
Make a hide the body check.
Yeah, I don't even know what that would be. Yes, you hide the body. It's fine. I don't need to make a check for that.
Deception check.
Would you? Actually, no, I do need you to make a check.
Animal handling?
Acrobatics.
Animal handling.
But he's not a... But you're in a...
Well,
yeah, I know.
We are the animal people, and that is a human. For us, that is an animal.
Oh, my God.
Would it be deception? No.
Choose a skill and tell me why it's that skill.
I'm gonna say stealth, because it's about covering your tracks so people cannot find you, so that when you stay lost, you're lost.
I am 100% on board for that. Go for it. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gathering foliage up, and I'm gonna help him put it on the corpse.
Yep. Okay. In that case, Mr. Wayland, you can roll at advantage on stealth, so you can roll twice and take the highest result.
Do you have like disadvantage?
I got the same thing twice.
It's because of the armor.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So what we'll do then is we look at them and see, highlight the 13, 12, the first 12. We look at the numbers in the brackets. 1 is a 9 and 1 is an 18. Because you're at advantage for this, we'll take the 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. So between the 3 of you, you very expertly, maybe you accomplish it. Maybe this is just a first time lucky. You managed to hide this body really well. Like, no one's going to find this unless they're tracking his corpse, or they're doing magic to find his body. You have very effectively hidden him from everyone.
It's almost like you two have done this before.
Well, not to a person, but to animals, definitely.
Matt.
When I was on the hunt and we were tracking a herd of creatures.
Alix, have you ever dissolved a whole human body?
I don't think I am not acidic. I do not really dissolve things. I mean, the food dissolves eventually, or like the nutrients disperse. But I've never kept an entire human in me long enough to see if the nutrients disperse.
Well, you say food, but is it like, how do you quantify food? Like, is that food?
I feel technically, I think anything could be food, really, as long as it has some form of nutrients in it.
As long as you're brave enough.
I could.
These are the conversations we have while we're walking.
Yeah.
I feel
walking
like
and talking.
But I can't like just put someone into my body and like dissolve them like easily. I mean, I guess theoretically, if we found somebody that we wanted to try to dissolve them for nutrients, you could put them inside of me. But they might be able to escape eventually. So if they were like a dead body, but then people will see me walking around with a dead body inside of me. So we would have to have like a place that I could stay for a long period of time and a long period of time to enact this experiment. I'm not opposed as long as it's not like a living person. And
okay, all right.
As long as I've never tried. So I don't know, but I can put people inside of me without dissolving them. I do that to hold people. Sometimes I did it to bring Fizz to the bar.
You carry him, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, because it's easy.
Now here, this is another weird one, but I'm learning about you.
Sure.
Do you leave anything behind afterwards?
Well, sometimes little bits of me drop off, but they generally tend to come back.
So you just gain in mass, like, I don't know about Tawree, but we animals have some leavings. Do you have the same?
No, not really.
So you don't poop? That's what I'm asking.
No, I don't poop. I do not poop.
All right.
I have
Tawree, Tawree, could you please, for the love of everything holy, could you make a perception check for me?
I could try if it would make you more comfortable.
Yeah, I think Tawree is like walking in front, like I would ahead of them, I guess, until Notch indicates that the shield is saying something else. She's not part of this conversation. Yeah. She rolled an 18.
Okay. Okay. You do one roll, see how they're doing. Y'all walk for what feels like an entire day, because you do. It's kind of getting dark when you, Tawree, spot off in the distance. You see where the trees begin to, like, mostly flat is where you've been walking here in the humming forest, but you notice that there's definitely an incline, and as you get a good break through the tree canopy, you can see that there is a mountain, and that is almost exactly where your the shield of Notches is kind of directing you towards. As you begin making your way in that direction, you notice kind of like a bright whitish mass, and it is huge, gargantuan even. And as you kind of like see it, and you see the sun, like as it's setting, hit it in that right angle, you notice that there are little splotches here and there of red and green. You can probably deduce what this is.
Dragon tail?
But you don't recognize it for as far as you are.
But would I recognize like features in this mass? Or is it like a blob?
It's kind of like you see a giant blob of like white something that is so big that some of the trees have fallen down around it, and you see these tiny little blobs on this white mass of red and green and blue.
Is it the size of a dragon or bigger?
It's definitely the size of a dragon.
Is it
100%?
Is it Daruk? Like,
as you begin to like get a little bit closer and your eyes get used to what you're seeing, you definitely see that is a wing. You definitely see that those are scales. It's ahead of you. It's definitely in like that path towards where you think you're heading, but they aren't moving.
Oh, that's the rook. She halts and lets the others catch up and then points it out to them. Look over there. I think that's the rook. I recognize the scales. That's the one I've met in the forge.
It is a dragon.
Bless my eyes.
We have been
The
blessed.
first. Wait. Does something feel off to you, Alix?
I do not know what.
I feel like it's not moving.
Oh no.
Should we rush there or should we approach it a little bit more careful?
I've slept. I could do a divine sense. See if something's really wrong.
You can absolutely do that. See, this is difficult because I tend not to run with alignments in the game, with the exception of Kels and Dachin, because they're fucking assholes.
I don't know what any of that means.
There's no real evil, and regardless of what the dragon...
Yeah, I don't have good and evil. Yeah, characters are supposed to have those, but I don't, because I think things are way more complicated than that, with the exception of the actual big, bad, evil people, because that's what they are. You don't get a sense of any...
ill intent?
Yeah, you don't get any ill intent, but there is definitely a darkness there. A darkness born of anger and frustration. It's not a celestial, it's not a fiend, there's no undead around. You don't sense anything like that, but you do sense that Daruk, the dragon in front of you, is basically at the end of their life.
I have a healing potion.
Come, hurry.
Oh no.
It's not gonna work, it's a dragon.
Rub it on the boo-boos.
I'm out of healing, everyone. I have nothing left. I used everything I had on you. And
well, let's get over there. Let's see how the dragon is. I think he was... Oh, I remember that Iris had a vision about the dragons fighting Kels, and I think Kels injured them, maybe? Question mark?
Both dragons were like really badly injured. Like very badly injured.
Yeah, so I'm gonna relay that to the companions. I had a companion that saw a vision that this dragon was badly injured by Kels. It might be that the dragon flew all the way over here to regain itself, and like I guess they're rushing towards Daruk at this point. I'm just walking and talking.
As you rush towards them, like you can tell that as you get closer and closer, that kind of like the ground itself is just... No, it's frozen. It wouldn't do that. I have a better idea. As you rush towards, his head is on the other side from you, so you can see the wings. You can see the wings have ginormous holes that have been ripped into them, and there's clearly obvious damage of like a necrotic kind of feel to it. You can see they're all kind of burned and twisted. There's like an entire portion of it missing in one case. He's clearly suffered a lot. He's taken a lot of damage.
Knights of Daraso. No. It's fallen. Come. What can you do? I have nothing left.
I do not have the ability to heal.
Neither do I. Are we like around the dragon yet that we can see its head?
Yeah, I'm gonna say as you rush around, like fuck stealth, as you rush around to the front and you see the dragon's head, you can see that
is there anyone in the area other than the dragon? Like, is he alone, is what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's alone.
Okay.
Okay. You can tell that there is like his like chest area is clearly beaten and bloody, and it's just an absolute mess. You can tell that like one of his paws is completely missing, and he seems to be doing like really shallow breaths. That's all there is to it.
I think Tawree's gonna see if he's conscious and like if his eyes look like they're sentient or like perceptive. Is he actually awake or is he sleeping? Or like
his eyes are closed. But as the three of you walk around,
yeah, Tawree is definitely gonna call out to him, Daruk.
You see his eyes very slowly open, and he does kind of like begin to focus on you. They're like really bloodshot at this point.
Are you? You're. How did this happen?
I'm kneeling before the dragon in reverence.
Me also.
No.
You see...
Tawree is definitely getting close to his eye.
Taree's like, fuck this! What are you guys doing?
Tawree is a mom, not part of any orders.
You see his eyes open and he blinks a few times, and you see his eyes resting on Notch and on Alix, and he looks back at you. And you see a very quick transformation in his body. He changes from that of a gigantic white dragon, and you see him suddenly shrink down into a more humanoid form. You see him laying on the ground as a drow, and you can see that he is beaten and bloody. You can see that his hands and his feet are a mess, and he's wearing this kind of like what looks like should be a really nice, crisp white suit with like red and green accents. It's just a mess.
Does it look like the injuries he had as a dragon are like the exact same in his humanoid form?
Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah, they're very, very similar.
I'm gonna offer him the potion, even though I know it's not gonna do anything. But I am gonna offer it to him. Here, drink this. Maybe it will do something. That's all I have.
Bless the potion first.
I don't have a blessing skill. Do you have? Can you bless this?
I can.
He shakes his head as soon as you like go to offer him the potion. As soon as you go to bless, he shakes his head. Can I have Notch and Alix roll a history check for me, please?
11.
Ooh.
Oh!
That's a nat 20.
Whew. For 25. Alix, despite the fact that you have a seasoned dragon knight with you, you know more about this than he. You know that the basic healing spells and the basic healing potions that are created for sentient folks like yourselves, they do not work on dragons. They have such a different anatomy and magic to their entire being. This does nothing to them. For them, it's like drinking a cup of tea. Might make them feel okay, but actually does nothing.
So I would not waste... I don't want to say waste because dragons are sacred, but this will not work for the dragon because our physiology is very different.
It might make me feel better that I'm doing something at least.
I think Tawree is is Daruk like laying on the ground basically, or is he standing?
Yeah, he's laying. Like he can't stand. There's no way.
I think Tawree is definitely going to help him up, sit upright. So she's gonna support his back.
Yeah. You feel that he appreciates and he definitely recognizes you. And he kind of like rests his head back onto you. And he kind of like puts his one of his like the hand that isn't injured, he puts that out towards Alix and towards Notch. He puts his hand palm up.
What would you have us do?
With his hand out, he closes his hand and then opens it again and looks at the pair of you. It's obvious that he can't speak.
I reach out my paw and put it on his. Come on, Alix.
I walk over and I put my hand to the back of his hand, I guess. Or I just goop my hand around both of their hands.
As he does
that feels weird.
As he does that, you see a white, red, and green flash in his eyes, kind of all at the same time, all at once. And as the pair of you are looking at him and holding his hand, you both have this sudden vision. You see... No, you both would recognize... Well, you would recognize or know or be able to deduce. you see a black dragon and a kind of dusky pink dragon. And they are talking and arguing. You can tell that behind where the black dragon is, you can see this clutch of eggs deep inside a mountain. It's surrounded by everything that will be needed. You also see off to one side of that, you see this small bush with these kind of golden... Yeah, with these kind of like golden fruits that hang off them. Probably no bigger than a chestnut. I don't know what you guys call them. That's what we call them. Hanging on this bush. And you can see that the black dragon and the dusky pink dragon, they're arguing. They come to blows. It's furious and vicious. And you can tell that you are watching this from a distance as if you're hiding. You see both dragons fight to the death. You see the black dragon fall to the ground. And you see the pink dragon. You can tell the wounds that he has are mortal. They're fatal. He drags himself near where the eggs are, and you see tears flowing from his eyes as he gently puts a hand on each of the eggs. There's probably a dozen of them at this point, and he looks genuinely sad. And you know, because whoever is watching this knows, that these are his eggs. They're his. He pulls back. As he pulls back, he breathes a line of fire that completely cuts and shuts off this side where all the eggs and where this bush is. And as the flames flicker upwards and hit the ceiling, they freeze, creating a very thick wall of ice. And then you see the pink dragon just collapse to the ground and breathe his last. The vision keeps moving, stepping over the corpse of the pink dragon, walking further, stepping over the corpse of the black dragon, and continuing to walk out until they're outside. They turn, and as they look up, you see this, what looks like dragon's teeth and a maw be carved literally into the side of the mountain. And then, with a blink, the vision is gone. As Daruk shakes free your hands, he points in a direction. And then his hand falls and his eyes close.
Well, that really was the last dragon.
Sort of. It seems like his eggs are...
How many did you see, Alix?
I already forgot the number.
That was about a dozen, right?
Yeah, a dozen.
You saw eggs?
Yes.
In the mountain. And even though Daruk pointed them out, and I don't know he knew that we knew the way, at least we have the beacon. But we have a way there, and we know our orders. We're to continue what they're doing, protecting them.
We have to go protect the eggs. Yes.
And there was a bush with fruit on it that was gold. What was that, Alix? You're the one. Apparently, you know a lot about this from your order.
All three of you can make a history check. And Tawree, you can make a history check at advantage.
I can't use Alix's previous history check.
I wish.
How do I justify this? Because I saw nothing. I did not see the vision, did I?
No, but they just
I can
described
describe
a
it to you.
certain setup.
Dirty 20.
Jesus Christ!
Well, Alix got a 20.
I got a 16.
Dirty.
Alix.
Sorry. Natural 20, right? Nope, that's a filthy 20.
It's a filthy, dirty, disgusting 20.
It's enough. There is a folk tale that exists in the world. And the folk tale is about the origin of dragons. The folk tale is that there is a tree, and that the tree's leaves were wishes, and that once upon a time, way back when, a young boy wished on one of these leaves, and dragons were created. Now, that's not truly the story, but with the information and the knowledge that you'd have from the Darei Soul, you know that dragon eggs often can't hatch without mortal interference. And it's often something to do with a plant, but you're not sure what, because nothing is ever that specific.
So there was a tree, and the tree it granted wishes, and so the wishes became dragons, or at least that is the story. But I do know that dragon eggs need mortals' interference in order to hatch. So if we do not help, they will never hatch. And it has something to do with the plant, so maybe it has to do with this golden plant?
I heard the first part of the story from a companion I traveled with, but not the second part.
So we use the tree on the eggs. I mean...
Well, no. Don't use the tree on the eggs.
Or the fruit. The fruit.
Use the fruit on the eggs. Also, makes sense that your companion maybe did not know the second part, because the Darai soul, we have a lot of knowledge that the general populace does not have, because we are very focused on dragons, and most of the general populace does not even believe that dragons exist anymore.
That is true. I think in all my years I've only met a single person before I met the two of you that actually believed in dragons. Or knew about them.
All right. We have our marching orders then, right?
I think we should bury this dragon, Daruk.
I agree, we need to have...
He's dead, right? I got that part right.
Super dead.
He didn't just fall unconscious and now we're burying him.
No, he's definitely dead.
Is he wearing clothes?
Yeah.
You're not taking the clothes of this dragon.
Are you kidding me? We find them sacred. We can't loot him.
The only thing that would be intact, I think, would be the tie and the pocket square.
We'll leave him as is, as they lay. I guess we'll start digging.
I think the ground is too frozen, and I think are we already up a mountain?
Yeah, there's you're partially on an incline, and the ground is quite frozen. The snow is beginning to fall. It's not heavy, but it's there.
I don't think we can make a grave here. Maybe we can give him a stone burial instead.
I think that is a very good idea. We do a stone burial, and we will leave.
Or we can return the dragon to fire. That
is also a good idea.
And that will keep us warm
is their
as
way.
well. Practical.
Yes, traditionally burning dragons is what you would have done, but it's not always done. If there is no one there, they are left where they lay, but if you're there, it's often traditional to burn them, yes.
I'm having second thoughts because I know that he used fire, he was compelled to use fire the entire time, and I'm not sure how he feels about being burned in the afterlife. I have concerns.
It is a very good idea because, first of all, we do not want it. As much as I hate to say this,
yes, we don't want people to find the body. I understand.
No, it's
and
not,
try and resurrect.
It is not just that. It is that we do not want the wrong people getting their hands on a dead dragon. Not just for resurrection, but also, I hate to say this, but parts.
Mm-hmm. Fire it is.
So I guess we're gonna start collecting fallen trees and branches and make a little pyre for him.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to say that y'all can absolutely do that. It takes a little bit longer than you'd necessarily want because everything's frozen and wet, and the snow is beginning to fall a little bit. But yeah, you can definitely make a pyre for him. Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
And then we should take a short or long rest.
I think we should. Yeah, we should definitely hold a vigil. Night.
A vigil.
Yeah, a vigil. Yeah.
Yep. Y'all can absolutely do that. You can set up the pyre. You can reverently place his body upon that, and make sure that there is nothing for anyone to use or reanimate. Fuck.
Can I do something a little odd to my shield?
Of course.
I don't want to write lore, but this might be kind of cool.
Go for it.
After we burn the body, we notice on my shield there's the symbol of a fourth smaller dragon now on the side.
Yep,
that
100%. Absolutely, you can do that. So unless I say that's not a thing, feel free to just make stuff up. totally okay. I'll either be able to deal with it, and if I can't, I'll let you know. That's how Dragon Tree Wishes came about, so we're good.
And then we all and I reach into my pack and I pull out a package of sushi.
Okay, yeah. You can have gotten sushi.
No, I'm joking.
Kino is well known for sushi.
We did get food from the magic guy
6
that we
rations.
killed, so
It's 6 sushi
So we-
rations.
should we all eat a ration?
We got sushi rations. All rations in Kino are sushi rations.
Yeah.
No.
We're definitely making a vigil and the other thing when you eat something in the honor of the person. I don't know what the fuck that's called. Have your feast in honor of the person.
Yeah.
A feast.
Yeah, a feast, wake, I guess, probably the best to encompass all of the above. You can absolutely
Also, I'm
do
going to
that.
throw out another lore thing. Is that cool?
Sure.
Can I have a moment with Alix?
You may.
Alix,
Yes.
look at your staff.
Here is my staff.
Looks like you were given a gift as much as I. There's another dragon on my shield. I'm now protected by 4. And looks like you were gifted the same.
Oh, I like that idea. There's a little dragon carved in now in the middle of the staff.
So the dragons always exist. And now they're with us. And we'll carry them to the end of this. And they'll see those eggs become born.
And we will protect them, and we will help save the dragons. And they will help save us.
Yep. As long as the bunny doesn't get them.
Right.
Keep that in mind.
Which, by the way, you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Yes. Where is the bunny?
Not been around.
I don't know. He's usually about. Sometimes in my shadow, sometimes further away, but he's never far.
Yeah. It's kind of as you're looking around for him, like you do see him in the shadows. He seems to be here, there, and everywhere. It doesn't matter where you look, you'll see him momentarily.
He's a gummy bear.
And then again, you don't see him again. He's around for sure, and he's made his presence known, but he's not being in with you guys. Okay. I would like one of you to make a perception check for me, please. I do not mind who.
I have a +2. Anybody else have better?
Yeah, I think
then
while
please.
let me do that while you two are talking. I think Tawree is always like perceptive of her surroundings.
Yeah, true.
24.
Oh!
Damn! Bow, 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 bow. On a 24,
Her ears flick. What does she hear?
Uh-oh. As your ear flicks, as over the crackling of the flames, of the talking of your companions, you hear cracking of branches that are out of place. It's kind of like stepping on a branch and then someone's like, oh shit, they step back and they step on another branch. You kind of you get that sense that there is clearly someone else. They're not close by, but they are close enough.
She's not jumping up, but definitely like rapidly standing up, looking around. Get up. There's someone around us in the forest. And she's looking around.
Man. I come up with my shield and take my Shotel fire hanger out.
Can I locate the rough direction?
Yeah, it's back in the direction that you were coming from. Like it's back along that path, not necessarily the route that you were traveling, but back in that direction.
Oh, from there, I heard footsteps cracking in the underbrush. There's someone. It's heavier than an animal. Must be a person. Bipedal, I would assume.
You hear again, I'm going to let you ride the 24. You hear like this very like shuffling sound. They seem to be like heading your direction, and then they stop and they stay still for the longest amount of time.
Can I use shadow step and teleport to the person like in the direction of the...
Yes, I think this is the first time you've done this, so yes.
No, I've used it before, but definitely not in this capacity.
Yeah, absolutely you can. You can like
Yeah.
zip to like, it's in darkness. You can zip to any shadow you want, any place.
I want to try to get behind the person so they cannot see me from where they're standing.
Yeah.
That they do not notice me.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. I think you need a key point to do that, I think.
I don't know. Let's check.
No, you can just do it. Just do it. Fuck it. Yeah, it takes a couple of, let's say, jumps to do this. And every time you I'm going to go over there, your entire body feels, as you kind of move from one place to the other, suddenly everything around you turns this weird sepia color. And you move very, very quickly, and then you straight back out where you are. And then it seems to happen again with your second, third, and fourth jumps. What you see standing in front of you, just like they are being very stock still. They're trying not to move. They realize that what ahead of them is probably too dangerous, but they clearly are just trying to turn, and they're making the decision to walk around your group. You see this creature, which is maybe 3.5, 4 feet at the most. You see that they have long ears that flow back, and you can see that they're holding this bundle of supplies. They have supplies on their back, but they also have supplies that they're holding, and you can see that they are probably youngish. And yeah, they're holding this bundle of supplies, and they're just I'm gonna sneak around over here.
When I see them, they are very small. Is that a goblin or I guess halfling small? Because we saw halflings at the UNT Forge.
They're slightly taller than goblins and halflings and gnomes, but they're definitely not what we would think dwarves to be height. They are just slightly taller than your average goblin, I guess.
I think Tawree is gonna silently step up to them and put the spoon on their shoulder. And say, "Who are you and what do you want here?"
Hi, I need to go to the patron name track. Hang on.
Yay! Finally.
Wait, what was that?
The patron names. We have this thing where we use Patreon names. And we're trying to get through the list. We have 150 submissions at this point.
I'm Kimball.
And what do you want here? What is your purpose here?
I want to go home.
Where's your home?
And you see that they're trying to point despite the fact that their arms are completely filled with supplies. And they point in a direction probably a little further, maybe roughly in the direction that the dragon eggs are going to be.
Why did you come here?
I'm trying to get home.
And I'm gonna say, walk into the light. And I'm basically gonna push her on with a spoon.
Please don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you if you're not going to fight back.
Please take that club off of my neck. The pair of you, Alix and Notch, you can see this small creature making its way out of the bushes some distance off. You two would recognize this as a kobold. They're kind of wearing these dark robes, and they're holding these big bundle of supplies.
Oh, they look like a tiny dragon.
Yeah. Kobold is kind of basically a tiny dragon, and they work for and help out dragons. It's something they like to do.
I think I found a dragon.
I'm not a dragon.
That's only technically sort of one.
Hi, I'm Kimball. Nice to meet you. Please
How's
don't kill
it going,
me.
Kimball? We have no intention.
Alix,
Okay.
on their way over, shifted from Tabaxi look back to Dragonborn look when they saw it was a kobold.
Yep.
So,
Hi.
hello.
What?
How old are you, Kimball?
I'm 14.
Also, by the way, just to make that creature more comfortable, Tawree is removing the spoon and stepping around, so she's not threatened anymore.
As soon as you do that, she stands stock still, but she's trembling. She's not moving any closer forward now. You're not making her walk, but like she's also just not retreating.
Where are you going, Kimball?
Home.
Where's home?
Again, like with an armful of that, they kind of gesture in the direction of where you know the eggs are going to be.
The mountain, huh?
Yeah.
How many are with you there?
There's 50 of us, and we're all very well armed, and there's lots of traps, and they're gonna beat you up.
Kimball, are you telling us the truth?
Yes.
You tell us the truth.
Tawree is gonna step up to her and get on eye level with her and put a hand on her shoulder and be like, "It's all right. We're not going to do anything to you or your family, I suppose."
I'm going to use my charisma because it's very high to try and get Kimball to be calm and trust me.
In that case, I need a persuasion check.
Here's a tip for you. Get on eye level. You are a very tall guy and this is a very small person. Trust me, I have kids. I know what I'm talking about.
I've done that. Persuasion 21.
You notice that they, like, as you kind of like drop down to eye level and you put your weapon away, right? Thank you.
Yes.
You notice that they physically begin to relax a lot more. They take in Alix's presence as a dragonborn, which they seem to just freely accept. And Kimball, she says, it's I'm not supposed to let you in where I live.
You see this shield, Kimball?
She
You
nods.
see those dragons?
Yeah.
We're on the good side here. We're only here to help.
But
And see how this shield points to home? The
other
dragons want us to go there.
people with dragon artifacts, they came. They said they were good people, but they wanted to take the eggs for themselves. But
Kimball, do you know that there was a dragon here just earlier today? Were you
she
aware of
shakes her
this?
head.
And Tawree is going to point at the pyre and says, Daruk was here. Do you know Daruk?
She shakes her head.
Have you heard of the white dragon with the red and green spots scales?
She
Do you know that
nods, like she tips her head and nods, like, I think I remember Papa talking about a dragon like that many, many years ago.
He unfortunately did not make it, and he was here just earlier today. We gave him a proper burial so no one could use his body for evil deeds.
That's good. The other people that came with the dragon artifacts, they took the skeleton of one.
They took the skeleton of a dragon?
She nods. And I hid. Papa told me to hid, and they took the dragon and they made it fly again.
That's not good.
We are having a problem now. Because okay. First priority, help the babies be born. Second priority,
Check.
stop the lich dragon.
It's not a
Check
lich.
2.
Well,
It's undead.
sorry, you're
It's
right.
being controlled by someone.
Well, probably by a lich.
There was a gnome, and she was very scary. And she had lots of undead things with her.
You know, I saw
Kels?
somebody raising undead.
Kimball nods at the name Kels. That's what they called her.
Great. Well, spoiler alert. We're not on their side.
Yeah, the Daruk was actually trying to kill Kels. That is how he got so severely injured that he died.
Oh. But he didn't manage it, did he?
No, he did not manage, as far as I know. No.
But he
Okay.
imparted us to carry on his legacy. Can I take the hands of Kimball and see if any feeling resonates from the dragon?
Yeah, you can like reach out and take her hands. Like she's not letting go of the bundle. If she does like move her hand too much, the whole thing is going to fall on the ground. You feel from your shield, there's genuinely only good vibes here. There is no like, this kid is trying to con you. There's nothing like that. But there's no like, this is my champion kobold, free her from her bed. Like there's nothing like that. It's just like, yeah, this is fine.
No, what my intention is to transfer trust from our side of the dragons into Kimball to trust us. I'm trying to go the opposite way.
Okay.
Whatever blessing we were given, to give a little to Kimball to take us the rest of the way in this journey, because there's a lot of traps along the way. So having a guide would help us.
Yes. You feel like as you reach out and you reach out to your dragons for help, you feel the energy flow through your arm and into her hands, and you feel her hands suddenly close around yours very tightly, and she looks at you with like big wide eyes.
That's the dragons. Do you feel them?
She nods.
They are still with us.
We are not the bad people.
No. I mean, we got a sinister bunny, but we're on the good.
You have a bunny?
Yeah.
Yes, but I don't think you want to meet him right now.
Oh.
He's a little bit scary.
Let's forget we brought up the bunny.
And why would you bring him up?
I was trying to lighten the mood.
Are you 3 dragon knights?
The 2 of them are, I think.
Well, Alix here is in training.
I am a dragon companion.
Dragon Squire.
But see our pieces here?
She nods.
Blessed by the dragons themselves. You want to hold it?
She kind of like lifts up the bundle of supplies to try and like trade with you, but she pulls them back and she says, I think if you're coming home with me, then there's time for that later.
Cool.
All
right.
Would it be okay if I stayed at your fire?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, yes, we're having a wake for Daruk. You can.
And you brought the feast.
She looks suddenly very worried.
I want to say what you can do that thing that like where you say last words, I guess, or something like just
last
say
rites?
prayers, something like that. Just do your last rites in honor of Daruk if you want to.
I would like that. I haven't, apart from the one that the witch made fly again, I've never seen a dragon.
Well, neither had we until today.
She walks over and she puts like the bundle of supplies, and you can see her kind of like physically like she takes the backpack off, and she kind of goes over it and she drops to her knees in a pose that both Alix and Notch would recognize. It's definitely one of the supplicants, and she kind of like tips her head and she very quietly, in a language that none of you understand, just says something very short and very sweet, and then she goes back to her supplies and pulls out a bedroll.
She's got the right idea. We need a long rest.
It's another day to get back to the cave, but we should leave before the sun rises. There are some people that are following me.
And we have a beacon right here.
Are we going to be good till morning?
Well, we're going to have to take watches because this beacon over here is very easy to find.
It's why I stopped. I saw that there was a fire and I got a little bit worried. And then I saw that there were people at the fire and I got worried. I'm Kimball. Who are you?
Notch.
I'm Tawree. Tawree Lee Maruk.
I am Alix.
You have children?
Yes, 2.
Cool.
I don't got anybody. Alix, have you split off? Have they made anything you knew yet?
No, no,
I mean, you left a little bit of a trail. Does that count?
no. It has to be with intent.
Okay. Just checking.
Well,
Crazy Cooper.
I'm guess she looks suddenly like really like not really sure what to do with herself, so she just decides to get into her bedroll and just roll over.
That's probably a good idea, Kimball. We should all take leave. Who's got first watch?
I guess Tawree is gonna take first watch. He's gonna let the others sleep.
That's fine.
Yeah, I need that long rest I keep telling you about.
Actually, we haven't discussed this yet, but does Alix need sleep?
Good point.
We know you don't necessarily need to eat. Do you need sleep?
No, Alix is like, I will take the first watch because I don't really. I mean, I kind of shut off, but I don't really. It similar to elves.
Can you, when you shed parts of yourself, do you still have like a sentient connection to those parts?
I can do that.
Can-
I can do that.
Can you,
Can you throw yourself in all directions so that if someone steps on you, you know?
Sploosh!
No, I cannot do that.
I was thinking, can you leave some of parts of you like around us in a ring, like just in case something tries to sneak up on us, that you would be notified? Like not notified, but like you wouldn't notice it.
You've got intruders.
I cannot. Unfortunately, that is not an ability that plus points have.
We're still learning.
All right.
Yeah.
I wish
So,
that would be very cool. I'm going to write to whoever made them in the UA and ask them to put that in.
Can they just have alarm as a spell? I'm not going to make any of you roll because nothing is approaching you of any ill intent or plot in the middle of the night. Neither plot nor foe arrives.
Yay, plot armor!
I can reset my my commands, right?
Yep, so you can reset the amount of spell slots you have available. So you
Key
have them all
points.
back. You can get all of your hit points back, your channel divinity is back, and your lay on hands is back.
And key points.
Yes, and for the two of you with key points, you may return your key points.
Huzzah!
Yay!
So much better.
Before the sun even begins to peek over the horizon, Kimball wakes up with a start. As she looks around and she begins to gather her things. Who is awake last? Who has the last watch?
Tawree, most perceptive of all of us.
Perfect. Kimball looks at you and she says, "We should probably go."
Yeah. I agree. Like Tawree is probably looking over the horizon and seeing that the sun is like about to set or not set,
Rise. Yeah.
rise, or like it's coming up. That we're getting a little bit of light. So she starts waking up the companions.
Yep. Let me just check what day it is. Hang on.
Monday.
Nate. 800th of Fury, 104. All right, nothing happens till that day. Okay, we're totally fine on the global timeline.
All right, Kimball.
We should
Sorry.
go this way. And like she again like picks on like all the supplies on her back and she like bundles them in her arms as she begins to like very quietly and sneaky like begin to like work her way towards the mountain. She's taking a very quiet route, I guess. She's being very careful not to tread on branches, being very stealthy and sneaky. But there are places that she can go that you just cannot because you're so much bigger than her. So you're...
Do you need a hand carrying anything?
She looks down at the supplies in her arms as she looks back up at you and she says, If you wouldn't mind, they are very heavy.
I have a carrying capacity of 210. That doesn't mean anything to you, but I can help out.
Sounds like you can bench press a lot.
I could carry you carrying all that.
Oh, I don't think we should do that. I'm happy.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it either. I just mentioned I could.
Okay.
Not that I would.
Okay.
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 I don't know you that well.
She looks at the supplies, what you just said, and like, okay. Like the bundle of supplies you can very easily put in your bag or whatever it is you're carrying. Like,
you can just
no
let
problem.
her hold the shield in the meantime, just as a little, exchange.
No. I already gave it up once. I'm not gonna let someone walk away with it.
No, she's not walking away. She's guiding us there.
Well, if we lose her, I got the real guide right here.
Okay.
She could run off. I mean, she's 14.
I mean,
Kids are
but you
crazy.
have but you would have her supplies. Why would she run off without the supplies? And with a shield instead.
Yeah.
She already
My
said she has a
supplies.
family to feed, apparently.
Why don't you give her all your armor and see how you like it?
Because that's not going to be meaningful to her. Did you see that sparkle in her eye when you showed her the shield yesterday? Yes, last night.
Against my better judgment, I'll let her carry it for 20 paces. Hey, kid.
You hand her the shield, and she looks up at Tawree and smiles.
Tawree smiles back.
Like this, the shield is like quite big compared to her, but she still manages to somehow juggle it in her arms. And you see that she runs her hands over the faces of the dragons, the 4 of them, and she smiles, and then she like very awkwardly tries to hand it back to you.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you.
Pretty cool, though, huh?
Very. Do they speak to you? Papa said that sometimes they would speak to dragon knights.
They do. On occasion. I mean, I think maybe once or twice we've had, conversations, if that's what you want to call them. They're doing most of the talking. I do the most of the listening.
That's strange, because if I know rightly, I think they're supposed to be dead, right?
What is dead never really dies. It just goes somewhere else we aren't.
Yeah. Papa said that most people go to Bellum and Cicero, and that I should go to Cicero because I'm not a good fighter.
Wise. You could always get better.
I don't think I'm ever gonna be a good fighter. I like building traps, and I have my duties that I have to do.
Traps are just another form of fighting. So, I don't know.
I don't think
count yourself short.
I don't think they will be useful in Bellum. I heard it's a very brutal place, and traps don't do anything over there. It's either...
Don't tell them that. I'm trying to give them confidence there, Tawree.
I don't know much about Cicero and Bellum, but I do believe that Cicero is definitely the better place for this one.
Oh, no doubt, but I'm just trying to give the kids some confidence. Just play along.
I mean, just because you end up in Cicero doesn't mean you lack confidence. It just means you have different strengths.
Are you're still going? This poor kid.
Like I'm gonna say she's a little distance ahead.
Alix, what do you think? You've been pretty quiet back there.
I've just been thinking. I am worried about this skeletal dragon, because it feels to me like the most amount of blasphemy that you could do is bring a dragon back to life against its wishes.
Yeah.
So I've been...
Which one do you think it is?
Well,
It's the pink one.
my fear is that it is Zero.
Yep.
You see
If a
that
darker dragon ever existed, it would be
You
the
see,
resurrection of the darkest.
you see Kimball, like as you're talking about this, she turns around and she says,
It was a pink dragon.
No.
Oh, it's the pink
The
one.
pink one.
she nods.
That is somehow
It was-
worse
Ah.
because the pink one was not evil. Like, at least if it was Zero, that she is continuing to do the evil she did when she was alive. But this is even worse because if the evil Kells has resurrected a good dragon and made them do evil, that is like 30 times worse, at least.
Remind me which color Zero was?
Black.
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 Oh, okay. Was that the one in your vision?
We saw them both.
It was, and the pink one but we don't know the pink one's name. Kimbo, does your people, do they know the name of the pink one?
I do. Let me check my list. Hang on.
Patron list, go!
Well, the thing is, it already has a name. I just need to find it.
So far, I know of 6 dragons. The pink one I don't have on my list.
How do you spell zero? With an S, or is it like the number 0?
No, with
Zero.
the letter Z, because there is actually another dragon that is named Zero with a C.
That was the yellow dragon.
Wait, there's 2
I have
called
a
zero?
painting.
There's a
I'm confused.
Zero and there is Zero.
Zero and Zero. Zero.
Can someone
Zero.
write those names somewhere in the chat?
Yes. Incoming. Would you like to
my
see a
God.
picture of them?
I'm very confused, yeah.
And you know, the motto of the yellow dragon Zero was Cero Miedo.
Why would you do that, V? Why would you call them the same name?
I
It's just a
didn't!
different
This is
letter.
not on me. This is entirely on Mr. Wayland.
There's all 3 dragons.
Oh, God.
The 3 brothers.
Maybe that's why I got confused earlier.
The red dragon is Darrow. Attack. Jero is the blue dragon of deception.
Mhm.
And Sero, healing health, the yellow dragon.
To be fair, it is probably my fault because my accent is very thick. That Zero and Zero sound so much alike when I say them.
Yeah, and I was like, what? Who did what now?
Someone with an accent that does not mingle Z's and C's should be saying their names instead of me, probably.
The name was Orlan.
Olin?
She nods. Those spelling it at home, Orlan.
Olin. Was it I mean, how do you say it? Boy dragon, lady dragon, not,
A female or a male?
It was
Yeah, that's it.
it was a male dragon.
Male dragon, all right. I mean, all right. Interesting.
Okay.
Well, we'll deal with it when we deal with it, right? Have you seen it since it came back?
She shakes her head.
The witch and the other people that came with, they didn't have enough ingredients or magics. I don't really understand, but they weren't able to bring back the other dragon, so they just left. I'm very worried that they're going to come back, though, so I had to choose between just trying to make more traps or getting more supplies to make better traps. So I did what I could and better traps.
So you know where the black dragon lies.
She nods.
Exactly.
We should burn it.
Well, I mean, exactly.
The
Before
bones-
they have 2. 1 is bad enough.
The bones are too big for me to carry. I can't burn them.
Well, luckily we have someone who could dissolve it if need be.
Didn't you say you had a bunch of siblings with you?
She kind of like looks really awkward.
Were you all
I-
alone?
She nods.
Tawree's
So there's
gonna put her
there's
hand on
nobody
your
back
shoulder.
in your village?
She shakes her head.
It's just me.
Oh.
Tawree puts her hand on her shoulder. Just like comfortingly.
She like gives you half a smile.
Well, welcome to the foursome.
Oh, did we get ourselves a kobold?
Do we have a tailless now?
If you're into this, yeah. Except this one's 14 and slightly more competent.
Has no pigtails, but instead pig horns, I guess.
Yeah, little pig horns, yeah.
Curly little horns.
We can figure this out. We can figure out burning. If we have to set each on fire by individually, if it takes all night, we will do it because it is important that we burn the bones, and we do not let. Is it just bone, or is there still skin on the bone?
It's just bones.
That is worse.
What happened to your father? Didn't you said you had a father?
She looks down and you can see that she's trying not to cry.
And she says, when the other people came, he made me run. And when I saw the dragon fly again, and I came back, he was... Yeah,
Understand. How long ago was this?
About a month.
You've been doing this all by yourself for that long.
She nods.
And you call yourself not a fighter. It's inside you. The heart of the dragon still burns in you, too.
She kind of gives you, like, a smile, but it's, like, definitely a very sad smile. It's like, yeah, I'm happy. Like, she's still really sad, but yeah, she smiles. She says, it's my job. I have to.
It's been a week, a month, and you did really well surviving out here on your own and taking care of the eggs. You did really well.
The eggs are behind a really big wall.
Well, you still protected the wall.
And there are some really big traps down there. And
Your traps or someone else's?
She kind of looks embarrassed this time. She's like, it's mostly mine. Papa was more of a magic guy, and I just like building things.
Hey.
That's good.
We got the key.
Yeah, got to. You always got to keep your hands busy.
Yeah, and
idleness always invites bad luck in. You did a good.
Or mats in your fur, in our case.
Well, she looks down at the little kobold, which is, I guess, scaly.
Yeah, it's just mostly scales. It's probably not much further. I think maybe.
I mean, I think you would know.
It's just I have to walk a little bit faster with you because you all have bigger legs than me.
We can walk a little bit slower if you want.
No, it's okay.
If you're tired.
I have to get stronger, so I can keep up.
And the greater distance we put us and whatever might be behind us.
She nods. There were 2 people that were following us. Me. 2 people that were following me. And I don't think I lost them, but...
What kind of people were they? That were following you?
There was a drow and there was a tiefling. And the tiefling was green. And the drow looked really...
Oh, does that sound like the 2 people from the bar?
100%.
We've seen them.
Yeah. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday, day before.
Alix, you should have dissolved them when you had the chance.
I don't know.
Oh no, it was 2 days ago.
People like
2 days.
that. It would have taken too long.
Oh, I kid, Goober.
Well,
I kid.
They seem to very shady. And if we see them again, I think we should definitely take care of them. They were very suspicious of Alix and I when they overheard us in the tavern.
Because you're dragon people.
Yes, they overheard us talk about dragons at the time.
Well, that was a mistake in hindsight, wasn't it?
Hindsight is 2020.
I don't know. And I have to roll that perception.
Okay.
When we get to the mountains, we have a trapper here. We could lay a trap. If they're following us, we would have the advantage.
If you wouldn't mind helping, I have a big trap I want to build, but I thought with your help I could do it much quicker.
Many hands make light work, or gooey ones.
She points at all of you. Bigger hands make lighter work too. Okay, so it's probably another couple of hours. The snow is actually beginning to come down quite hard at this point. But Kimberly's doing her best to basically keep you going through this. She's able to dip through it a little easier than the rest of y'all. As you get much closer, what you see is a clearing. It's pretty big.
like a dragon, maybe 2, could land in this spot. You notice that there are... No, the snow would cover that. You wouldn't be able to see shit. There's probably about, I don't know, a foot of snow all around. But what you notice is the mountain. The mountain is almost exactly from Alix and Notch's vision earlier. You can see it looks like a dragon's maw has been carved into the side of this. You can see, obviously, what looks like teeth carved into this. And as you look at the mouth, you can tell that there is a massive cave system behind that. And you two would also know that because you saw that. You can see that in different parts in this clearing, you can see what is very obviously skeletal remains. Bits and pieces of ribs, maybe what looks like a wing bone, just lying in the snow, pointing upwards. But there's obviously not a whole dragon here. Kimball points at them and she says, I've been trying my best to put them all in one place, but there's more inside.
Alix, is there any one crucial bone that we would need to destroy that would prevent bringing back any other dragon?
Do I know that? Oh, I guess the probably like the face.
Yes, 100%. Yes,
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
the head.
100%.
All right. I mean, it's better than having to destroy all of them. We just need to do away with one respectfully as much as possible.
And then Kels just brings back a headless bone dragon. It's just a giant fuck you.
Actually, that's actually one of the things you have to have. It specifies you have to have the head if you're bringing something on deck
okay.
back. Yeah.
So no headless horseman with dragon.
Nope. Kimball says, Papa has mentioned that we should burn all the bones if we had to, because they can all be used in magics that are powerful, and powerful doesn't always mean good.
I agree.
A fire hot enough to burn a dragon skull. That's gonna be hard to come by up here right now, isn't it?
She nods.
It usually requires a lot of magic, or a lot of firewood, or fuel.
Can I do a science experiment with Alix?
Don't set Alix on fire!
No, I was gonna say, if I see a small fragment of dragon bone, give it to Alix to see if Alix can dissolve it. Magically, if that's possible. Alix, are you up for something like that?
I'm sure I am happy to, but I think that the bigger the bone, the longer it will take to dissolve, probably as well.
Yeah, and bones are not the fastest to dissolve at all, even in the ground.
Only in coke.
Not unless you use specific sciencey things to dissolve them, but I do not believe we have any of that.
I might have stuff inside. We should probably go in.
While we're walking past the dragon, I am going to grab one of its nails, like the claws.
Yeah, I think the claws would be the thing she can easily grab and pull. So yeah, there'd be a couple of claws.
They're gonna grab and pull.
I think I'm going to at this point have a look out for Ottrup.
Yep.
And try to see if I can grab him for a chat.
Yeah, as Kimball is kind of like showing you like where the claws are and pointing like inside the big dragon maw that is carved into the side of this mountain. Yeah, like you turn around and you're thinking about Ortrub and you see him in the shadows of the tree line.
And so she's going to walk up, she's going to look that the others are like occupied, that they're not suspicious or whatever. So she's starting to walk over to Ottrup and she's going to kneel down to him. And she's going to say, so we had a dragon that died yesterday. Does that satisfy you?
It definitely helps.
I thought you might say that. I wanted to ask you if you could help us with this, if there's anything you could do with dissolving, burning the dragon skull in some way so that there's no possibility for Kels or whoever to bring back a dead dragon. Because it would...
That is far too close to being a lich for my liking.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. If they brought that back, that would be a lich. Is there anything you can do to help us with this?
I might be able to help with the skull. But this would take a lot of my energies. Energies that are far harder to recuperate away from our home.
Would this kind of thing settle our, I don't want to say pact,
agreement, I guess.
Agreement, yeah. There we go.
I saw a dragon die. I have the chance of destroying another completely.
You can make sure that there will not be a lich dragon.
Those eggs.
I am sure you've listened to me talk to my companions over the past few days.
Always there.
Of course, you're my shadow. You know my standpoint on this. I do not think that dragons are per se a bad race. Just like the UNT, just like you are not a bad. Yes, for our village, you were just like the liches are for you.
And to me, you were just like the liches.
Yes, we
are turned out quite so bad.
Indeed, exactly. I think the same can be said for dragons. I think it depends on how they live, how they are raised, all of those things. And I don't think that killing unborn dragon eggs just because they are dragon is the right choice in this matter. I think
you see Ortrop kind of like sit back on his butt, kind of like look up at you. And he says,
Well, perhaps the dragons, when they are born, will turn out to surprise me, just like you did. You'll be able to sense the rotten ones, I think. Perhaps from an egg, perhaps when you get to know them. But those rotten ones, promise me, swear to me, they must be destroyed.
And if it's really as you say that you have a way to make me see which of the dragons are rotten, then yes, I will slay them.
Good. Then we have an exchange of favors.
Tawree's going to put out a hand to Otrup, just the same way they did in the backstory.
Yeah. Otrup, as they put their paw out, you can see kind of behind them in their own shadow that it suddenly expands and grows into the ginormous form that you first met them as. I'm going to say that Alix and Notch, unless you're looking back in the direction of Tawree, you're not seeing this giant demon bunny.
I would say I notice it. If that's okay.
Do you not? Yeah, that's fine.
Perception.
Fuck it.
I can do a perception check?
Okay, sure. Go for it.
17.
Performance. What is a performance check?
Oh. Sorry, slip of the fingers. 16, close.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Like you get a gist that something is happening over there, roughly bunny shaped. But you don't get a clear look.
Except larger.
Yeah.
Because I've never been too trusting of that bunny from the moment I've laid eyes on it. So, and I don't know the full entanglement of Tawree and this demon bunny. And out of the people that I trust in this alliance, this bunny and Taree's relationship is one that I would question.
A very smart plan. So you kind of see that off in the distance. And then Ortrop shrinks back down and kind of finds it very difficult to bounce through a foot of snow. But kind of kind of making his way over to where the more of the of the dragon carved into the side of the mountain.
Can I talk to Tawree for a moment as I see the bunny bouncing towards the remains?
Sure.
I suppose they're walking towards the skull, or like she's back to the group, and
yeah,
I
like
think,
Kimball's like beginning to shiver. They're out in the area where the wind is actually really picking up, even the protection of the trees. So she's kind of like carrying her stuff and making her way back towards the cave.
I think Ottrop might have a way of dealing with a skull for us.
Really? So what was all that about? Didn't seem like a simple conversation.
No. Well, we had an agreement, and we expanded on that agreement, and in exchange for a small deed, Ottrop is going to help us get rid of the skull.
What deed?
If one of the dragons that will hatch from these eggs turn out to have ill intent in their hearts when they hatch, I agreed that I will slay them.
The dragons that we have been sworn to protect. You gave away the right to kill them without even consulting those who are most loyal to these dragons.
Yes.
That's what happened.
The dragons, it will depend on if not all of them are going to be born with evil intents. And if we're lucky, then maybe none of them will be. But
what if you determined all of them are? And thereby agreeing to this, you've basically sworn the death of every last dragon. Did this cross your mind?
This world is about to end, and this is not just about the dragons. These are choices we have to make in order to ensure that the world will exist. Yes, even if that means that we have to kill a dragon if it will grow up to be a bad dragon like Zero.
Alix, are you hearing this?
Yes, it is important to me that you know something, Tawree.
Yes.
I respect the decision that you have made, even though I do not agree with it. However, if there is a dragon that you think is evil, that we do not agree, we might have to fight you, because it is our duty to protect these dragons. We are sworn by an oath.
I understand your standpoint, and I want to make sure that this world continues to exist. And that is why I'm choosing this path, because I have 2 children, as you know, and I want to make sure that these children have a world to live in. And even if that is at expense of a bad dragon. And Ottrop is helping us make sure that there will not be a undead or a lich dragon, which could potentially aid Kels in destroying this world faster.
That is the most important thing right now. And I think that Notch, if any of the dragons were going to turn, if we thought any of them were going to be evil, not all of them, obviously, but if there were like 1 or 2 that looked like that we could tell were going to be evil, we would have to call them as well.
I will accept that. I will. If they hatch, if we manage to get these dragons to hatch, and I don't know yet how, but Ottrop said I will know that whether or not they will become rotten dragons. I will definitely consult the 2 of you on this, and we can make a decision together, because I know you are probably the last of the Order of the Dragons, and this is important to you. I don't want to step on your toes about this, but I just want you to know that this is going to be what I will do. Whether or not I will have to fight the 2 of you for that, I will leave that up to the 2 of you and the things I will see when the dragons hatch.
Just to say my last piece, you made a deal with the devil when we may have found another way to take care of the skull. You should have talked to us first.
Was your way of trying to deal with the dragon skull
No matter now.
These dragon
Alix
skull
eat it?
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, you did say Kimball did have some things in their possession that they had to
She may do,
that might
yeah.
be able to have helped. So we were exploring that option when the other conversation was happening. So that was why.
I was trying to find an option that was safe and that would work.
I like it. I like it.
I'm just arguing Tawree's standpoint on this.
I think that
I'm arguing notches.
I understand.
Alex,
I love you guys.
Alex
so
is
much.
like trying, despite the fact that Alex does not agree with what Tawree did. Alex is trying to keep the peace.
Mhm.
Best dragon knight.
I like it. We got to have a little conflict, but
Yeah, no, 100%. Or, we could have like an hour-long podcast episode where all we do is fight about one thing.
Wonder where we've done that before.
Couldn't possibly be us. Never happened on TLD.
No, never, not at all. As the three of you come to a consensus and agreement, you suddenly hear like Kimball like shouting from inside the caves, like, "You should probably come in before the snow gets any worse."
Where's the skull?
She gestures behind her. You can tell that she's like relieved herself of most of her supplies already.
Oh, I was assuming that it was just lying outside or whatever.
No, she could not drag a dragon skull. It's way too big for her.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was still outside, because you couldn't drag it somewhere safe, quote unquote.
No, it's on the inside. As she kind of like gestures the three of you in, and I think that's probably a good point to stop this episode.
yeah.
After you, Tawree. I'm going to be sure that I'm behind you, not in front.
The bunny is slowly hopping behind all three of you. Ominously.
Hey there, Cassie here, the voice of Tawree. Thanks so much for listening. This was a lot of fun. I love playing with Casey and Casey. If you enjoyed this as much as I did, why don't you follow us on our social media at TLD Pod on Facebook and Twitter, and I think we have an Instagram. Special thanks today go to our patrons, Kirana X for the name Kimball, and Twiglets Are Great for the name Orlin. Thanks so much for your support, guys, and hope to see you soon on the next episode. Bye!